Hey, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. I know it's been a little while. We had some things going on. Some of you know we moved about 3,000 miles away from home and started some jobs. We sold our house. It was just kind of a crazy time. We started new jobs. I was training for a pretty big race, and Gene, some of you know he's getting his pilot's license. So on the weekends we've been traveling, which is where I am today. A beautiful friend of mine has let us graciously stay at her house, which is pretty close to the place where Gene has to go on the weekends to train for flying. So coming to you from a different location, one of the most beautiful, comfortable places. I will keep her anonymous because she's very private. Anyway, we also lost our beautiful Annabelle. So anybody who watches my videos regularly knows you would hear her like snoring in the background. She was a boxer, and we had her for a very, very long time, and that was pretty traumatic. So all of that said, we are back, and hopefully I was able to keep up with my private readings, but I was not able to keep up with all the YouTube things on top of everything else that was happening. But I think we've got things a little bit better under control with our new schedule and all the new things going on. So let's just get started for the week of November 18th with our Aries watchers. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com if you'd like a personal or a private reading. So let's just get to it. I don't usually do the long intro, but I thought, geez, I should say something. And also, thank you for all of the messages and notes and texts saying like, are you okay? Because usually I was so good with my schedule, but I really appreciated all of you, and I think I answered everybody, but I really do appreciate it. And like I said, now we're just back to business as usual. So Aries, the beginning of the week, starting with November 18th. What do we have going on? You've got the Page of Pentacles. You're getting a message, something about work, either work, finances, something where you need to like wake up. And you also have the Lovers. I don't know if you can see these real well. Maybe I can get you just a little closer. Okay, you've got the Lovers. So what this actually says to me is not about like, hey, you need to get yourself to work. It more says we're looking for some kind of a balance between work and family here. It looks like this may be saying, you know, work is very important, but so are your relationships. This could be relationships that are platonic as well, but something that's like really, really close to you. This is very important that you find some sort of balance here in your relationships as well as in your work. It could be also that you're spending too much time in relationships and focusing on maybe even relationship drama, and you're not paying enough attention to work. So it could be any number of things, and because, you know, this is a general reading, you're going to want to watch your moon and rising signs as well and see how they all fit together and be able to deduce from that what really applies to you. Oh, you've got the Lovers again. So yeah, I don't think there's any question here. It's one or the other. Either you're paying too much attention to your relationships and not enough to your work, or you're paying a little too much attention to work and your relationships could be suffering. And then you have the Moon. So the Moon is saying, the Moon is a lot of times things that we don't really want to see and we don't really want to pay attention to. So it could be that you kind of know this is going on, but you're not really doing anything about it. But the time has come now to make these changes. And, you know, being that it is the beginning of the week, there's not really a much better time to make changes like that. So no harm in just kind of evaluating, looking over what you have going on and deciding that maybe this is the time you're going to make those changes. All right, we're going to move on to Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? We've got the Queen of Cups, so we'll get a little more info on her. Hold on just a second. And the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands always shows to me some kind of victory, some kind of group effort, team effort, and some kind of a victory that you have overcome. You've taken action. The thing with the Queen of Cups is she's very nurturing and very loving, and she's like the best mother and the best, but she's also at times the best martyr. And if you look at her face, especially when I get this in this deck, look at her face. She doesn't look like particularly happy and nurturing, does she? Doesn't she look kind of like somebody just dragged her through the keyhole? That's kind of the feeling I have here, is that while you may have put forth every bit of effort that you could to have victory over something that you felt was truly important, it might be time to take a rest. It looks like you have done all of the things you can do, and that now some self-care is really on your horizon for this week. It's wonderful to be all things to all people all the time, but we all know that that doesn't really work in the long run. And so I just think that while you put forth a ton of effort to getting something done, to accomplishing a goal, it's now time to back away from that and go, okay, how can I care for myself right now? You also have the Five of Cups coming up. So while you had the victory in some area, there was some disappointment along the way achieving this. But the thing is, you do want to focus on the victory that you had. These upright cups here that are, that are open and willing and able to like provide you with nourishment and wonderful things. And the spilled cups are, missed opportunities, mistakes you might have made along the way toward this victory. But none of that is important to focus on at this time. What's really important is to focus on the upright cups, the things you did accomplish, the good that was found, and how you need to move forward now to take care of yourself so that you can be, again, all the things that you want to be. Now, coming here with the Six of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, you got one behind it that I didn't mean to grab. You got the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands she is just fire. It's just so funny that she came up here because, well, you used all the energy and emotional, everything that you had to do what you had to do. It's now, you can kind of let her take over. She is kind of no nonsense. She gets what she wants. She doesn't care what anybody thinks. And I think in this issue of self-care, oftentimes we start to think, well, what will people think if I go get a massage? What will people think if, I don't know, go get a manicure, or I hire somebody to clean my house for 1 week because I'm just tired and I want help? What will they think? Well, who cares? The Queen of Wands wouldn't care. As long as it gets done, she doesn't care how it happens. So kind of keep her in mind. I think the take from that is to just not care what anybody else thinks and do what you need to do for yourself. That's really important for you right now. Self-care this week, really important. We're going to move on to our Geminis. What do we have for our Geminis? We've got the Five of Cups for Gemini. And let's see what else we've got here. And the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Five of Cups here, obviously you've got some sort of disappointment going on, something that didn't go the way that you wanted it to go exactly. But you've got to remember here, you've got two upright cups. And I love how when these come up together, because you have these two upright cups to focus on here. And then you have this Two of Pentacles. So you got a two thing going on. The Two of Pentacles I like also in this situation because it reminds you that there's always a beginning and a place to start, and there's always a time for balance. And that's kind of what it looks like is happening here. Focusing on these three cups that have spilled out and maybe missed opportunities or things that did not go the way you wanted is not going to do anything for you. And it's almost saying look at these two cups, look at the positive things, the good things that you do have, and then find the balance in your practical life to help you achieve what you need to achieve this week. I also am feeling like it's not about a race. This is not a race this week to see how fast you can get yourself together. It's more important that you just get yourself together. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it at light speed. It's not a race against anybody else. This is really just about you. And again, you get this Five of Cups that comes up. When these come up together, this is like the thing that says to me, like, wake up. You need to really pay attention to this. I feel like you are focusing on the negatives, and it's really time to focus on the positive right now, on the things in your life that are good. We can all get stuck in that cycle of, I should have done this better. I should have done this differently. Why didn't I make this change? Why didn't I? But you know what? What's the point of that? It's over and it's done. You can never go back, right? You have the Devil coming up here too. And I always love this card, and people are like, why? It's bad, it's scary. It's not bad and scary. The Devil card always says to me, the Devil card is like when you've given something up that isn't good for you. And then, that's a weird reflection. I was like, what's wrong with my hair? When you've given up something that isn't good for you, you know that it's just kind of waiting around the corner. And that's the thing. I think what we're acknowledging here is that while you have these three cups that are spilled, it's very easy to fall back into focusing on the negative, when you have these positive things to focus on. And then you have this other two over here, this Two of Pentacles saying in your practical life, start there. Start in the practical life and go from there. Don't try to fix everything emotionally all at once. Sometimes the emotional fixes come from fixing your environment in that practical life. And just remember that sometimes those things that we push away are not that far. So just keep that in the back of your mind and don't let it come and don't let it take over, Just don't let it take over your life. All right, we're going to go on to our Cancers. What do we have for our Cancers? Boy, time has gone so fast. I can't believe it's already almost Thanksgiving, right? In the U.S. at least. All right, we've got the King of Pentacles for our Cancers and the Nine of Swords. This is, okay, worrying. We're worrying. We're stuck in our head. We're worrying. What this says to me is that there's no reason for you to worry because your success is like right around the corner. And if it isn't your personal success, someone who has that fulfillment of success is right around the corner and is able to help you out or to help guide you. It could be either one of those things, but you're going to have to pick your head up. You know, you see how you get the head in the hands here and the despair and the woe is me. And it's okay to do that sometimes, for like a little while, but you can't live there until you pick your head up and get out of bed. You can't have this kind of success. So I think this is just a little bit of a wake-up call this week of saying, hey, it's time to kind of pick yourself up, and whatever didn't go your way and whatever you're worrying about, okay, it's valid, but now you've got to get out of bed and do something with it. And this is what's waiting for you, this King of Pentacles, this fulfillment, success. This is what's waiting for you, but you got to get out of bed first. And I love this. You have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands, what does he do, right? He is movement. He's action. And again, we said you got to get up out of bed, right? You got to get up out of bed and put the fire into your life. You know, create that action to get to this. You're going to have to get moving, and that's one thing that the King of Wands does. Is he's a mover. You know, nothing happens without that King of Wands kind of pushing you into the, you know, out into where you don't want to be. And this could be pretty uncomfortable as well. This is going to have to be, you have the Knight of Swords, a mind over matter sort of a thing. This is where you need to take control of your mind, because there's a part of you that's like, I just want to stay in bed and worry. I don't want to do this. I don't want to worry about this. I don't care. I don't want to deal with this. And then this Knight of Swords goes, okay, it's time for you to get a grip. Your mind is stronger than you think. So you're going to have to use the power of your mind to push yourself up out of this pity party, sitting in our bed, being sad, worrying, stuck in our head, whatever it is. It's time to use your brain and go, okay, let me be logical about this. This isn't getting me anywhere. I got to get up and out of here so I can get what I want. And I think that's pretty clear. Things are coming through very clearly today. I was wondering, because it's been a little bit of a while, you know, since we've all been together here. All right, we're going to move on to our Leos. Leo, we've got the Page of Cups. You've got some kind of message coming in relating to your emotional well-being. It could be love life and relationships, but I definitely think it's just something relating to your emotions. Let's see what it is. Ooh, and you got the Eight of Cups. I didn't mean to go, ooh. Sometimes I really welcome this card. This isn't sad and depressing. You see he's walking away from some things, but you got to look. He's walking towards something. And when you put these cards together, I almost see it as like he's walking toward an emotional opportunity that with all this crap that he was carrying, he wouldn't have been able to understand or to grasp at the time. This is always about us walking toward something that's better for us. And it's not so much about what we're leaving behind, it's what we're heading toward. And here you have this emotional message, and it might be like you've gotten some kind of a wake-up call emotionally, and it's now time to either be open to a new relationship or be open to a new feeling or a new way of being, a new way of treating other people, a new way of including people, whatever the case might be for you. Check your moon and rising because, you know, general reading. All right. With this, you have the Sun. So we said something new, right? This is definitely something new. You're headed toward either a new way of being. I keep feeling like there are some people that are making some serious emotional changes in their lives. Like they're growing towards something different. They're wanting to be something different. And if this resonates with you, it's going to make perfect sense that you have the Sun here, because the Sun is about brand new things. It's about a brand new way of being, a brand new way of looking at things, not being mired up in this old stuff. You left this, you know, behind, and you headed towards something that's so much better for you. So don't get stuck in all the junk. It's what's gone is gone. And another thing too, this card says to me, is what's done is done. You know, you can never go back, and no matter how hard you try and how much you think that you want to go back, you can't. It's just the way it is. Things will never be the way they were. You have the Justice card coming up with this. So this could have something to do, it could even be a legal thing where it could have been like a divorce. It could have been something like a business that you were very emotionally invested in. And then like you really felt the love for this. Whatever it is, it's said and done. And when you have justice, you've got that sword of justice too. And the swords are about being logical. And I think that helps us cut through some of this emotion. You have that giant sword there. It's not an accident that it's there. Sometimes we need help cutting through the emotion of a situation and really taking a look at the logical points, and it helps us make a determination as to where we're going to go moving forward in a logical way that's going to actually get us somewhere, instead of just like churning around in an emotional like cesspool. That was a lot, huh? All right, we're going to go to Virgo. What do we have for our Virgos? Week beginning November 18th. We have got the Tower. It is coming to a head. And the Five of Swords. Okay. The Tower, people freak out about the Tower. The Tower is, I have a necklace of the Tower, which I don't have with me this weekend, but I wear it all the time. It's the square one you'll see me in. And you know why I love this card? Because this card makes you just stop with the nonsense. It makes you stop just doing the same, for better, shit over and over and over again. And because if you do not make the choice to stop like the merry-go-round that you're on, or the chaos that you're involved in, or the drama, whatever it is, the universe comes in and goes, well, now you're done. You didn't make the choice on your own, so we're going to give you a hand. And I think this is the wake-up call of saying, listen, if there's something going on, and especially with this Five of Swords, this a lot of times is negative communication, negative talk, things being said, problems that are happening, and it gets swept under the rug. A lot of the times you get the whatever feeling with this, like, yeah, whatever. And I think the Tower says, hey, listen, if there's something that you've got going on, or something that you need to say to someone, something that you need to communicate, you better do it in your own way, under your control and volition, before the universe steps in and goes, well, you're not handling this, so guess what? I'm going to do it for you. I think we, Virgos especially, but most people in general, would much rather be in control of what's going on in a situation like this than it blindsiding you. So I think that's what it's saying, is if you're having some kind of communication issue with someone, it's really important that you step in first, or the universe will step in, but it may be a little bit of a rough go. Now you have the Six of Wands, which is not a surprise here, because Virgo, you tend to handle these kinds of things very well. Six of Wands is victory. It's victory, and it's usually not victory alone. So that's the thing, is that you may be able to take this situation that's some kind of weird communication thing or issue, and by you addressing it first, turn it around and make it into actually something good, which is a Virgo thing. You guys have a really great way of taking something bad and rewording it and finding a way to connect with the other parties and make it something actually good. So where that's happening in your life, please look towards that and address that. And you also have here this Eight of Cups, which came up, I think, that come up for Leo. Anyway, you have this Eight of Cups here, and the Eight of Cups is not about walking away from things that are bad, but more walking towards something better. And here I see it as you walking toward this victory and toward this solution to the problem. This cups can be a lot of drama and a lot of nonsense, just wasted time, things that are over and done with. But because of this bad communication, it just keeps going on. But here, this person is not walking away from this so much as walking towards something better. And here you've got that Six of Wands, that victory. So by you taking the action you need to take, it really looks like you can make this situation work for your good, and eliminate all the bad stuff and actually benefit yourself and the other people that you are around. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to head to our Libras. What do we have for our Libras? Oh, third week in November, Libra. What's going on? We've got the Hermit. All the holidays are coming. What do we want to do? We'd like to hide. And the High Priestess. And you know what? When I get these two together, especially, this says to me, hey, listen, you know what is the right thing for you. This High Priestess, there's nobody more intuitive than she. So if you really are feeling like, man, I need some time away, I got to do some thinking, I got to back away from a lot of stuff right now. And Libras, you are such a loved sign by so many people, because I always say, my daughter says the same thing. She's an astrologer, and she always says, everybody loves the Libras. And for the most part, that's really true. You guys have a very magnetic personality. And I think that can be stressful for you, because people want to be around you. They want to be near you. And you're an air sign, so you still need that time away. Like, wow, leave me alone. Like, So you've got this Hermit, and if you are feeling like, yeah, I need to back away right now and just reassess some stuff in my life, maybe you've taken on too much, you've committed socially to stuff you don't really feel like doing. I think if this is a week where you go, yep, I'm taking this week for myself. If I feel like I want to see people, I will see them, but otherwise, I'll catch you next week. Let's see what we got. Page of Wands. Yeah, okay, well, you see he's got this walking stick with him, which is a wand, just throwing it out there, even though he represents Virgo. Still, you've got this Page of Wands, and this is saying you need to take action. So I feel like what's going on here is your intuition is telling you need to step back from something, and you're going to need to physically take the action and do that. And if you don't, I think you'll be really unhappy with the result. So I definitely feel like, listen to your intuition. When something tells you like, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to do this, I need to get away from this, you need to do it. And here's why. You have the Nine of Swords, which is the worrying. I think you're worrying about something that really isn't even relevant to you. It's made itself relevant to you, but it will be not hard for you to go, yeah, you know what, I thought I could handle this, or I thought I could help you here, but you know what, I need to back away. I've got some personal things I have to attend to. I really want to thank you for trusting me and thinking about me, but I will see you next week. And I just think that that's really what's going on here. So instead of just getting in your head about it and stressing about it and trying to make something work that isn't working, just back away. Back away, take this week off for yourself, and revisit everything next week. But take this time to just be with you and really ascertain what it is that you're wanting right now, not what everybody else is wanting from you. All right, we're going to move on to our Scorpios. What do we have for our Scorpios this week? And I know it's Scorpio season, so hello to all of happy birthday and solar returns and all the things that you astrologers do for birthdays. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I guess I can enjoy that too, right? All right, we've got our Four of Pentacles and our Eight of Cups. Okay, Scorpio, it's birthday time, right? It's fun celebration time. The holidays are coming. I think this is saying, hey, you know what time of year this is. This happens every year. Treat yourself is like a thing, but you know what? You also want to treat yourself by being good to yourself. And this is talking about kind of locking down your environment and your finances. That's what it feels like to me. It's very easy to go, well, it's my birthday, so I definitely want to get a new car, or it's my birthday, so I need this new whatever expensive thing. I've got Amazon on my phone, and why not? I deserve it, right? And I think sometimes we do that for emotional reasons. Like I've busted my ass all this time, and now I want something for me, kind of thing. And we're going to be, this card is coming up over and over and over in both decks. We're going to be walking towards something better than that for ourselves. And you have here a lot of emotional stuff, mess, drama. You get very wound up in stuff that really has nothing to do with you and does not do anything for you. And instead, we're going to walk toward, right here, I love when these do this, you're going to walk toward this Four of Pentacles, this buckling down of the finances and your environment. The end of the year is coming. It's like, let's wind everything up here. Let's leave all this emotional mess, drama, and whatnot in our past, and let's move toward a more stable environment coming forward. You have the Three of Pentacles as well, which says you need a plan. Not only is it that we need to buckle down and get things in order, but how are you going to do it? You can't just, it's like you can't make a pizza in a big, dirty, messy kitchen. You got to have a plan, right? What are you going to do first? You're going to clean everything up. You're going to make sure you have the ingredients. You're going to have the recipe, just an example, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't get yourself together and buckle down and get yourself in order and make plans if you don't have a plan on how you're going to do that to begin with. But the first thing you need to do is just leave this stuff in the past, walk toward the idea that you're going to get your shit together, okay? That's it. I mean, and how are we going to do it? Even if you need to sit down today and kind of write out a plan, like, okay, first I'm going to clean up my house. Second, I'm going to get all my bills out and take a look at them. Third, I'm going to refinance my house. I'm going to downsize. I'm going to move. I'm going to get a different job. I don't know what it is for you. Watch the moon and rising because that may help, but let's make a plan. You also have the Page of Pentacles coming up here, so I don't think this is any kind of an accident. Pages are message bringers, okay? And this is the message here. You're going to leave drama and nonsense and all this behind. And I almost feel like this is like a 2019 into 20 theme for you. You're going to leave all this crap behind and start thinking about it now And here's your message is next year and this coming month, it's time in the end of November and through December to make your plans. Plan for where you're going to go, what you're going to do. What do you want? Like the control of your environment. Plan for that and how you're going to make that happen. That's why this message is here. So listen to that and plan for it, because you will be highly benefited by that if you pay attention. Okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Sagittarians. What do we have for Sagittarius? Quirky, fun Sagittarians. Oh my gosh, again with this 8 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Okay, this is a pretty, I don't know how to say this. It's time for you to leave whatever drama you have that's kind of milling around and welling around and just doing whatever it's doing. It's extraneous, and I believe it's a really big waste of your time. It's a lot of confusion, and I think it's unnecessary. And the bigger part is that I think you're realizing that nobody cares. Sometimes it's easy to get up into our heads and be focused solely on this drama that we are a part of, or this thing that's happening, or whatever it is. And sometimes it's just time to just walk away. It's just time to walk away from that and have something different happen. It's not saying that these things are necessarily bad, but I think their time has passed. And when you walk away here, you're looking here at the 3, which is a celebration. This can be a family celebration. It can be a celebration of just a coming together of females, of closeness that maybe you have been missing out on. It's time to kind of get it together. It's time. There's a theme kind of going out through everybody here. It's time to kind of put the past in the past, and it's time to move forward. You do have here this 3 of Cups again, and when they come up like this, I always say that's like the wake up call from the universe, going, hello, hey, hello, like, you're not. Things are moving quickly, and if you're still wallowing around and down here, you're going to miss out on all this good stuff that's here. You do have the 9 of Wands too, which shows that you've got some kind of trepidation toward that. You want to take the action, but you're like, oh, I don't know. But you want to take the action, but you're like, I don't really know. Well, you know what? You never really know, do you? I think it comes down to the fact that sometimes you just have to take that chance. Things will go well, or maybe they won't, but you know what? You will at least know that you took the chance. And I think that's where it is. You can sit up in the little prison of your own making, or you can step out and you can take that chance. It's up to you how your life turns out. It's pretty deep. It's pretty major there. All right, we'll go to our Capricorn. What do we have for Capricorn? We have got the 9 of Pentacles for our Capricorn and the Star. That's very, very interesting, because it seems like you've achieved the success that you want to achieve in your environment. Like you've spent this year getting some things together, some important things together, and it's kind of come full circle, and you're seeing the results from that. Now it's almost saying, okay, so now it's time to dream. Like you've handled all of this Capricorn business. You've earth signed yourself into oblivion, but now what are you dreaming about? What do you want? What are the big wishes and the big dreams that you have? Let's see. Oh, we've got the 8 of Wands. This energy comes fast, okay? So you've gotten this result. You've fulfilled your plans. You've done the things you wanted to do. But now we're saying, what do you want? What are your big dreams? Like the big stuff that you, not, I can't wait for Saturday to go to the, this fun concert. Big dreams like businesses and lives you want to lead, things you want to do. Where are those things? But the energy comes fast. And when it comes fast, it leaves fast too. So I want to make sure that that's clear for you, that if an opportunity arrives or a chance arises to do something that you really want to do, you should really pay attention to that. And of course, you have this Ace of Pentacles, so it's not only going to provide an opportunity for you to take action, but it will also there'll be enough of a sign that it's for you. Aces are always opportunities, so the sign will be there that it's for you and that it's meant for you and it belongs to you and everything is okay. So when you get that sign that says like this is for you, it really is, don't be afraid to take that opportunity when the chance arises, because it will be very, very clear to you, Capricorn, especially because you're an earth sign with that Ace of Pentacles. I think that's where it's saying to you, it will be very clear. There will be no mistaking that this is something for you, and it's well deserved. You've put your time in. It's well deserved. All right, Aquarius. Temperance in all things Aquarius and Judgment. Yeah, there's been a lot that you've been through this year. I love that we got these wings here and these wings up here. You know, you see them. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? You've got these two angels. It's almost like this year has been quite the year for you. And in your zeal, you've got to remain temperate. That's the thing. It's saying you got to find a balance. You know, you can't go all in one direction, and because when you do that, you end up, you know, you get this judgment here too. Then the judgment, sometimes other things die when you don't put the effort evenly around. And I think Aquarians, I'm an Aquarius especially, it's very easy for us to get so passionate about certain things, and then other things just sort of fade away. And you know, you don't want to see that happen. You want your life to be balanced, and I know that can be very difficult. You also have this Nine of Wands coming up. I think Sagittarius got this, and it's saying you might be a little bit fearful because imbalance could be boredom. And you're thinking, well, I don't want to be boring. I'm a cool Aquarius. I want to be interesting and awesome, and I want to experience all this stuff. But there's a point where you have to step out of your comfort zone of being the weird Aquarian. And like I said, I'm an Aquarius, so I can say that. We like that we're a little bit odd, but you have to be able to step away from that and go, okay, well, how am I going to take action to make my life what I want it to be, to still experience all of these. Like, I love that we have this like double set of angel wings here. Like, I love that because I feel like you're setting yourself free. You have set yourself free from a lot of like preconceived notions about you that you had, that others had. But now it's time to kind of reassess and decide, okay, what's next? And again, the Temperance says to me, like, you know, you don't want to let all these important things that were a big part of your life die out either, just because you're doing something new. Whoops. And we have the Lovers, focusing on the relationships. And Aquarian, this is always an important thing for you because it is easy for you to get so passionate about one thing that everything else falls away. And when the judgment comes, especially that when you have that Lovers card, it says to me, you want to be real careful that you don't lose the relationships that are the most important to you because you're off in outer space somewhere. Okay? Just dial it back. Take a breath. All right, we're going to move on to our Pisces. I've had the best time getting back together with you guys. I hope you enjoy this. And here we go, Pisces. The Page of Swords. Message about using your logical brain. And the Page of Cups. Yeah, you guys, you're at odds with each other about this. Your impulsive, soft, watery brain says, I love, I'm passionate about. And the Page of Swords says, you need to get a grip. And you're not the only one getting this message. It's been kind of prevalent throughout. There's been like 2 or 3 prevalent messages. You have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is saying, yeah, time to take action. Here's an opportunity for you to pull yourself out of the drama. I feel like you might have gotten stuck in a rut of like drama and circulating drama and things that are going on, and then your logical brain goes, yeah, okay, that was good. You did that thing, but now wake up, because there are opportunities, there's action for you to take, and you need to do it right now. And you have this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands does not care what anyone thinks. He does what feels really good to him. So stop worrying what other people will think about you, what they will wonder about you, what they will say about you, what they will tell the neighbors. Who even cares? Go and do you. Make the logical choice. Pull yourself up out of this drama and any kind of emotional bondage that you're in, and go and do whatever the hell you want. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very soon.